support. Okay. Welcome to the 22nd annual Burger King convention.
Yeah, Burger King!
All right, so this is a panel discussion, I'm told, and I'm aware that there's people that have some questions, so we should just run right into it. I'm speechless.
There is a microphone up front in case anybody does need one. So now that you're a movie star from what's going to be the biggest movie of the summer, how does that feel?
I think it's fantastic. You know, I've never experienced anything quite like this in my entire career, and it's wonderful. It's being part of what everybody would love to be part of, and the excitement, the energy of it, and the fact that.
Were there any different approaches you took, or what was the different experience of voicing Clyde for the movie as opposed to voicing it in the original cartoon?
Well, I didn't do anything different from what I originally did. And, although it was 20 years later, I responded to this not too long ago. What was it difficult? And I say it was like slipping into an old pair of really comfortable shoes that you haven't worn for a long time. And they feel great. And you're just so happy to know you're walking around and trying to say, yeah, I've done this. And that's what I was going through as often in front. And especially with the movie, and working with Michael Bay, and working with a microphone to a big screen by myself. And I'll jump ahead a little bit. When I first saw a finished picture, a movie picture of Optimus, I was speechless. I just went, it was like Jackie Gleason in the Honeymooners when he was I couldn't speak. And they beat me in and went, beep, beep, can you speak? And well, 3 times. And finally, I just looked to my phone, Bay, and I said, that is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen these times. Wow, is a whole movie like that? And he went, wow. So, I mean, I was really into it. And I just applied Optimus the way he was at the beginning. And I would never change it. It's not broken. No, it's
Hi, Mr. Cullen. I'd like to say, it's a great honor to finally see you in person. Transformers, of course, was a large part of my childhood. It's my biggest fan base. But there was another character that you voiced who was the biggest inspiration to me, too. I don't know if you remember 3030 from Bravestar.
wow.
No. I can do some voices, but I can't really do the 3030 voice too well. But, being that I do voices, that's my question for you is, how did you break into voice acting? I mean, what kind of experience was that for you?
Well, I'd have to go back to being when I was a kid, and I could make sounds. I was kind of like Gerald in Boyden. And people that wouldn't know who that comic strip character was, he didn't speak, he just did sounds. And you could do a train or a truck or a car. For the attempts of a bank robbery by machine guns and stuff like that. Well, I don't know why I associated myself with at one point, but I did. And when I was on the farm, I could impersonate all the animals. And I could do trucks, and I could do old John Deere tractors and things like that. And, I made a lot of people laugh. And I guess it's realizing that you can make people happy. I continued on. And then later years of my life, after being an actor for so many years on sound to embark into that career all by itself. And I never regretted it. How do I make those voices? I don't know. They must have tried to be on my head.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mr. Spencer. Thank you for being talking about the age of 6, start making cartoons to now creating. I wouldn't be able to meet you. I'm a little nervous. But anyway, my question is, once you heard about them doing the live movie, did you know for certain you was going to be a part of the movie? And once you got part of it, did he ever approach you as part of the creative end, work with Prime, doing this, or that scene? And why are you the only one on the cartoon movie?
Well, you know, quite honestly, the film business is a strange business, and nothing is ever secure. You know, you're never really secure. I mean, and Optimus Prime, to come back to Optimus Prime after so many years, the reasons for it is right here. Everybody. And, I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but if I'm getting close, would you help me?
Yeah.
Actually, if you ask it, could you lift that mic up just a little bit? There you go. And give me the second part of that question.
Did they approach you creative and like when they create a movie, did they ask you any questions with your input on what certain things should be like with Optimus?
No, I did Optimus Prime, and in the hands of the writers and their creative genius, there's nothing more secure and wonderful to feel that trust and that safety in their hands. And I didn't have to worry about a thing. All I had to do was read their minds.
Okay.
And I was very comfortable, very happy. Because they're great writers.
Okay.
And sometimes there are a few ad-libs and stuff like that. And if it worked, it didn't work, well, we didn't hear it. But generally speaking, the creative process.
One last question. Can I hear you say Autobots roll out?
Autobots, transform, and roll out!
Thank you.
First thing I'd like to say is I hope you don't have to wait until the sequel to hear you voice Optimus Prime again. And the second thing I wanted to ask was, were you able to interact at all with any of the other voice actors in the movie?
Did I work with other voice actors?
With the other voice actors in the movie? No. Okay.
No, I worked alone with Michael Bay in a small studio in front of a big screen like that. And it was very lonely.
Thank you.
Yeah. I missed the guys. I really did. I missed working with the guys. It was fun. We had a great time. Yes, ma'am.
2 questions. First one, do Autobots dream of maximal sheep? Okay, no, seriously this time. You've done a lot of great villain voices too, and I was wondering if you've heard of Nemesis Prime. It's something Japan likes to do all of a sudden. An evil clone or something about Optimus Prime, painted black. I was wondering if you could give us what he might sound like, if you have any idea.
Nemesis?
Yeah, his name is Nemesis Prime. It's like an evil Optimus.
Oh. I wouldn't do it this way.
What does he have?
The evil Optimus Prime.
You're wearing my tires. I'm on a bad questions. Number one, I remember, I think it was when you were in the 2004 Botcon, you talked about how there were times when you were working with Molly Burr on the old cartoon, where he might ask you to do something like have Optimus Prime yell, and you would stop and say, no, Optimus Prime doesn't yell, and things like that. Did that ever happen at all in the movie, maybe, where you're getting direction to do things a certain way and kind of corrected them and say, no, Optimus Prime would do it this way instead?
No, there weren't any incidents like that. And I think the writers had many meetings with Michael Bay. I don't know what transpired, but Michael certainly understood what was necessary for the character and did not ask him to go astray in any way other than what I had done before, outside of humor. And giving Optimus Prime humor would make it, well, it made the association with the human characters, made Optimus become more real, other than he's no longer a cartoon. He's a functioning Autobot from outer space that requires fuel to exist and understands emotion, compassion, all those things. So the humor part of it, I found when I was in the movie, I mean, the audience laughed, you know, when he asserted his funny. Oops.
And
My bad.
And the second part of the question, this kind of goes right along with that. Were there any other ways that you felt that you needed to update the voice? Because it sounded spot on, just like the old series. It was amazing hearing you up there again. Were there any other ways that maybe you felt like updating the character, the big screen as opposed to the old cartoon?
Well, certainly the voice is bigger. And what I heard from the movie, it's still Optimus Prime, but he's a 40-foot statue, I mean a 40-foot statuesque thing, and relating to a small person, you know. So he's got to have that bigger sound, and it works. It works, you know. I mean, he's. Are you Sam Witwicky, grandson of Archibald Witwicky? So, and they made that even bigger, you know. How sound. And you believe it. I liked it. I thought it was great. Hope I answered that question.
Thank you.
Hi, Peter. Just have one quick question. There's rumor that there's a Cartoon Network series of Transformers coming up soon. Any chance we're going to hear you voice Optimus Prime in that one?
I don't know. I just became aware of that myself, but I think it's at the very early stages, and I don't know.
Okay, one more quick question.
We may need you guys again. Don't go anywhere.
And word is a sequel for the movie's going to be coming out too. Any chance we'll hear you in that one?
For a sequel,
Yeah.
I've been told that if there is a sequel, that I will be in.
All right.
What's up, Hollywood?
Hey. How you doing, Chef?
I have a great question for you. So, you're in your car, and you're in LA, right? And you're driving down the freeway, and you see a giant red semi. Do you see and go, that's me?
When I saw the 18-wheeler